Casting crews are traveling through Montana, finding people to participate in the production of an independent film about Montanans and one of the most infamous criminals in Treasure State history. MTN's Lauren Heiser has this story.
Theodore John Kaczynski, better known as the Unabomber, was responsible for the deaths of 3 people and injured more than 20 before he was apprehended on April 3, 1996. The FBI found him in his cabin in Lincoln, Montana. Since then, people have made many movies about Kaczynski, but now one group is preparing to make one using a cast and crew mostly made up of Montanans. Matt Flanders, the producer for the project, says he plans to approach it from an angle he believes is different than any other movie on the topic.
What I've noticed about other Unabomber projects is, number one, they don't film in Montana. And number two, they have this strange idea of what a Montanan is, and it's nobody that I know. Montanans are a special kind of person. They're not like people anywhere else. I'm from Helena originally, and it's part of the reason I wanted to do this project. When it came to me, I said, oh, I want to tell the story about the real people of Montana surrounding this infamous character.
Flanders said filming will take place on the property where Kaczynski lived, and that they intend to use the experiences of real Montanans to help bring the movie to life. Jim Ryan is a Montana whose fiancé attended the casting call. His sister lived in Lincoln when Kaczynski resided there as well. Ryan said she told him stories about a strange man who she would see at the library.
Oftentimes when she would go in there and he was in there, he would see her children, he would go talk to them, and then he would reach up and he would get some books, with children's books, and take them down and show them and point out words and point out pictures. And she said she was very impressed with him. He was a very dirty, kind of strange looking man, but she said he was very nice to her children.
Flanders said that they intend to highlight the beautiful landscapes of Montana and authentically portray how the people of Montana lived among a killer.
A lot of people couldn't understand how could this have existed in this small town, how could this man be doing all this stuff and his neighbors not know? And to me, the great thing about Montana is, look, you're going to be a good neighbor to whoever lives near you. And if they want to be left alone, you leave them alone. You stay out of their business. That's what's great about Montana.
At the casting, they had about 40 roles to fill. The plan is to not just employ Montanans as actors, but also as members of the crew. Lauren Heiser, MTN News, Missoula.
The film is set to star Charlotte Copley, who played the protagonist in District 9 and had roles in Elysium, The A-Team, and Maleficent. If you're interested in auditioning, there will be another casting call in Lincoln on Monday, March 12th from 5 to 8 at the Lincoln School Gym. You can find a list of the roles being cast on KPAX.com. After the break, Russ will be in with a look at what's in store for us at the start to our work.